Morning, folks. So, got another video I'd like to share with you. Uh, you know, Crack Squad seems to be really interested in my itinerary each day. Um, they seem to think that the only thing you can accomplish is to make a 20-minute video. And I know that's hard for these kind of people that have been unemployed their entire life and don't have any source of income. They have no ambition. They have no goals in life other than to stare at Ryan Upchurch on the screen like a bunch of cult followers and hang on his every word, even if his word is some ridiculous fairy tale made up in a meth-induced delusion. So for Crack Squad, here's my day today, okay? See, what time is it? All right, so a little bit after 8. Got up, did my usual 1.5 mile walk, even though it was raining. Now, I know you guys, that would be your excuse not to do anything. It's raining. Now, I just grabbed an umbrella, went ahead and did my walk. Came back, took a shower. Okay. Grandson took a shower. Wife took a shower. We're getting ready. And we're going to go to COSI for a little while, which is a center of science and research stuff in Columbus, Ohio. And then we're going to go to a town called Worcester. And we're going to pick up some servo drive subwoofers for my son's PA system that we're putting together. I know a couple of people had commented about, Cerwin Vega. And I'll have you know, I had a Cerwin Vega sponsorship when I was doing sound for quite a while. In fact, I'll show you a little photo here if we can find it. And yeah, I had a Cerwin Vega. I'll have to put my glasses on, excuse me. We had a, yeah, there we go. We had a Cerwin Vega sponsorship. It's hard to see that little photo, I know, but set your deal full screen. That's back. These pictures were taken in the late 80s when we didn't have digital cameras. So that's a Polaroid that was scanned. But at any rate, yeah, I had a Cerwin Vega sponsorship. Those are 4 Cerwin Vega Baltic birch cabinets. And then I'll show you the sponsorship banner, which, and basically all they did was they gave us the speakers and the cabling. So long as we displayed their banner when we were doing gigs. As you can see, there's the banner we had to fly for Cerwin Vega every time we did a gig. But they gave us 4 of their top-notch subwoofers and 4 of their top-notch PA cabs. That gave us a total of 8 18-inch subwoofers, all powered by individual mono amps, 4,000 watts each. And that toy would scoot beers off the table at the back of the bar. But anyway, I'll get back to why we're here today. Well, I don't know. I guess while we're going to do some photos, we'll do a few more. Let's see what else we got here. There's my good-looking wife and myself. That might have been 15 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. See what else we can find quickly here. And, because Crack Squad is just terribly interested in my personal business. Here's one. You guys like this one. That is a typical day at my shop. And I want you to count them, kids. 1, 2, 3 Corvettes and an Escalade. You see, when I worked at Taylor Chevrolet, I got deemed the Corvette guy because I was the only one that had balls enough to tear them apart and put them back together. And a lot of those guys followed me when I left the dealership, and they still come to my home shop today. And I've got a whole bunch of pictures of all kinds of vets being worked on in my shop. One of my favorite, a customer that comes, he actually lives 2 hours from here, and he brings me his 69 454 4-speed or excuse me, 427 4-speed, white convertible with red leather interior, all original, numbers matching car with 13,000 miles on it. And I've got a lot of pictures of that car I'll share with you. And but just to show, and the point of this is to show Crack Squad there's a lot more depth than what I'm doing now. See, my mission right now is to make Ryan Upchurch undo what he's done to some people that were innocent. And they're now suffering the consequences of his irresponsibility because they're being stalked outside of YouTube. Ryan, Patty Lynn, Xana May and her family are being stalked outside of YouTube by your crazed lunatic fan base, Ryan. What are you going to do if somebody actually gets hurt, Ryan? What are you going to do then, Patty, Miss Perfect Parent? And we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see what else we got here. I love starting these days off a little bit aggravated. Oh, yeah, I got a whole videos. You know, I built that shop out there myself while I was healing from cancer. So I had to resign from my position and go into the hospital for an extended stay. I was in the hospital for 9 weeks and then had to go back every 3 days for a year to get chemo, plasma. That's where they treat your plasma with chemo and put it back in, called plasma therapy. It's a new technique. Anyway, it saved my life. But I built this shop. That's just to show you, it was a blank building that I had put up. I put the lifts in and everything myself. I got video of all that. And I'll probably share a lot of that stuff on my channel as time moves on. I have other YouTube channels you're not aware of yet, Crack Squad. Oh, here's one. Since I've been doxxed, does that say Hugh White Honda, Auto Mall Drive, Columbus, Ohio, Jim Shonk, Service Advisor? Is that what that says, Crack Squad? Or is that fake? Is that a deep fake? Morons. See what else we got pulled up here. I've been having all kind of fun this morning because I woke up in a mood, I'll have you know, after watching this moron. Oh, we already saw that one. Okay. That's all right. We'll do another. There's more where that come from. See what else we got. Don't worry, we're going to get to the topic in a minute. Just getting Crack Squad their chicken soup for their soul for today. Since they're so concerned about me, my life, and what I do with my time and my day. Okay, that right there would be an internet service provider system with 128 phone lines, 64 modem rollover banks for dial-up internet. And as you can see, it's sitting in the same office that I'm in now. We just recently sold it, just recently. And I still have 2 very fucking hot rod lamp servers running in the closet. In case any of you kids want to know how I can backtrace you so fast. Yeah, it's just called a little bit of knowledge about IT stuff. And let's see, maybe we got one more. Oh, yeah. There's the garage right after I got it done for it. Had a floor in it or anything. Morons. So let's get to the topic today, shall we? And the topic is things that Ryan would say about women. He would call them herpy lip, Patty. Your son would. He'd call them whores. Your son would. He would call them pedophiles. That's what your son would say, Patty. He would call them sex traffickers and spies and accuse them of stolen valor, call them child killers and murderers. That's what your son does. The big lie, The big lie about a humble kid from the stick, raised with good traditional family values. But you know, the funny thing is, he tells a story of having to be raised in a ratty ass piece of junk rundown trailer. So what was wrong with you that you couldn't get your kids out of a hellhole like that into a decent home? There's a lot of single mothers out there that actually own homes because they busted their butt, put themselves through school, and got their kids out of the squalor. What was your excuse? And thank God you had one child that could make some rhymes, or every damn one of you'd still be living in that rundown trailer that you didn't have enough gumption to get your kids out of. Miss Perfect Parent that would come out here and support your child while he's abusing women and causing this family a hell of a lot of grief. Have you seen the idiots that are stalking this woman? I know you have. There's some loose cannons out there. I've had a guy spamming me all morning, I'll have you know, Patty. He is 1,000% convinced that I am good friends with Tony and Icketmel, so much so that I just went to one of their birthday parties or something, and that Zanime is a human trafficker. He's convinced, all from the lies your son told about this woman while high on meth. And I'm tired of everybody pretending that's what it wasn't. You know it was meth, Patty, as well as everybody else. And your stupid little documentary, where you talk about this holler boy, you left out a big part of that story. A big part of that story that included Johnny Cashville, the first guy to work with Ryan and give him a real break. The guy that left a tour with a recording artist to come and hook up with your son, and the two of them worked together to create his best 3 selling albums. A guy named Johnny Cashville, the guy you paid royalties to for 6 years, clear up until the day he dared to disagree with your idiot son once while he was out here destroying his career. And he's going to pay those fucking royalties, because I don't think there's no court in this land that's ever going to decide otherwise. Yeah, you left that whole part out. So all you people that have watched the Holler Boy documentary, it's a bunch of bullshit. The real story isn't even there. The real story, where Johnny Cashville's life was a bit of a wreck. Okay? He hadn't grown up yet. He was still messing with drugs. He was still making a lot of bad mistakes, but he had developed some talent and had some talented people around him. And when he got with Ryan's story of being this stand-up dude inspired Johnny to stop all that nonsense. And the two of them together built something cool, and that would have been the real story to tell. Now, maybe Johnny Cashville could have put those hooks in anybody else's song, and they would have never went nowhere. And maybe he would have never made a dime but for Ryan. Maybe. But the real story is him and Ryan did make his best-selling records together as Johnny, as the executive producer, which is why he's named as the executive producer on the damn albums. So let's enjoy this video while I get my day started. You know, sitting there, the worst thing you can do is accuse a war veteran of stolen valor. It's one of the most disgusting things you can do to somebody. And anybody that would do something like that, I don't even have.
Good guy. Where the fuck?
I don't have words for you. You know, this fine woman, decorated soldier, Patty.
That is not Ellen's ex. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know how there's all these links. Go ask him. Please. Good guys. Good gals. Stand up. Go ask this fucking weirdo who the fuck he's talking about.
I just wanted to tell everybody to go check out my son's last video, Ryan Upchurch. I'm also going to be working my butt off to help my son.
Anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes. Y'all aren't innocent. Y'all are all fucking guilty involved in this case with this little girl.
Well, I'm asking all my babies to come forward. All my babies to come
Crack
forward
Squad.
and
Go
tag
get 'em,
the shit
Crack
out of them.
Squad.
To be working my butt off to help my son expose the channels that are being extremely disrespectful to women.
Yeah, Ryan.
Anime fat hoes, 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 anime fat hoes.
On what's going on? Well, guess what? My opinion is you two are the most hypocritical motherfuckers. I've never seen anybody more hypocritical than you two. Ryan and Patty Lynn. The two most hypocritical motherfuckers on the internet right now. So Ryan can get on here and say, hey, you fat bitch. Hey, you fat whore. Hey, you stupid fuck. Hey, you piece of shit whore. Hey, you stolen valor bitch. He could say all that, and then you get on here, I don't like women being talked to like that, and we gotta stand together. The fuck are you talking about? And Ryan, really? Bump on her lip? That's the route you want to go when you're gonna fucking talk about a woman?
I don't care if people come at me. If you
and try to dog her? You sure that's the route you want to go? That's the joke you want to stick with? Huh? All right. And listen, dude, it doesn't matter what you put out or how much you try to drive down or how much you try to punch down or how many fucking ignorant minion dope fucks that you put on your channel in a panel that's willing to just fucking suck your nuts for a few subscribers. Nobody's going to forget the fact that you said that fucking girl wasn't real. No. Not a single person
and we're not going to let them forget either.
That you said this poor little girl who lost her life way too early was not real and that her parents were in on it.
Yep.
So shut the fuck up.
And we're going to remind the internet of that every single day.
I almost forgot. I'm never going to let this one go. His name's Ryan Upchurch, and he solves equations.
This is what happens when you smoke meth.
A equals...
Yeah, there's math problems.
I want to see what that... I want to look that equation up. It's we wrote so much shit down, dude. All right, that equation was A equals half.
You look so smart, power stroke.
Half base and height. Area, base, and height.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Area, base, and height.
What is it?
E equals MC.
Oh.
Is that base and height? Is that base and height? Is that
God
what
help
that
us,
means?
if you will. God help us.
Even your dumbass buddy was like,
it's just the equation for a triangle.
So, Patty, Mrs. Oh, I gotta stick with my son to go after all these channels that are being disrespectful to women because we want to turn a very popular terminology in the porn industry known as gangbang into gang rape so we can like deflect all the crap off of my son onto somebody else. Didn't work. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. No. Your son smoked a bunch of meth, went on the internet, accused an innocent woman of a bunch of crap, and now she's got a bunch of fucking psychotic nuts stalking her outside the internet, and your son's going to fix that. He's going to fix it, or we're going to remind the internet every day from now until eternity. I got the rest of my life to do this, and I will. You're going to undo it, Ryan. You're going to turn on your camera. You're going to apologize to Xana Mae and her family, and you're going to tell Crack Squad that everything you said was a lie and that to leave her alone. And mean it when you say it. That's what it's going to take to shut me up. No doxing, no bad mouthing, no nothing. It's going to stop me. And I want to remind you, everybody, that things have gotten so shallow over at Ghost Ranch that Patty is now buddies with Johnny Gobble, the guy that made a video and saying flat out that Patty sleeps with all of Ryan's friends and has slept with Deerdorf multiple times. Yeah, that's the video he put out, and Patty's now buddies with him. But a guy like me, a dedicated fan that's bought every single album, every one that was ever put out, the fans like me that would give a person the shirt off their back. You know, me, Creek Squad, us, we were told to go to hell. And we embrace Crack Squad, the people that go around doing shitty stuff to people all the time and saying some of the most nastiest stuff you ever seen and doxing people constantly. That's the company you choose to keep. Well, good for you, Mother of the Year. Good for you. Have a nice day, folks.